So I must say, watching the campaign that John Fetterman has been running has been a pleasure. So the general consensus is Republicans are likely to pick up seats in the midterm elections. Originally, it was looking like it was going to be a huge red wave, like the 2010 Tea Party wave, or honestly, even bigger. But then Roe versus Wade happened, and a number of Supreme Court decisions, and those polls are now going in the other direction, and at least temporarily, the Democrats actually have a lead in the generic ballot. But it may swing back in the other direction. It's yet to be seen. The question is, will people think of, the economy, food prices, gas prices, first and foremost, above Roe versus Wade? So there are questions there. But either way, it's a good election year, at least on paper, upcoming for the Republicans. Well, John Fetterman is a Democrat running against Dr. Oz, the Republican, in Pennsylvania, running for the U.S. Senate. And Fetterman is just tatting up Dr. Oz. I mean, he's making mincemeat of him, dog. And all the polls I've seen to this point show Fetterman leading Oz. That's astonishing. So now he trolled him in a viral way, and it's hilarious. So John Fetterman says here, to all yins plus yous down the shore today, I must say, I don't know what yins means. What are you talking about? To all yins out there. Nobody says yins. Yous I get. That is definitely you could say a New Jersey thing, a New York thing. It's an Italian-American thing. What are yous doing? It's that, right? So I don't know what the yins is, though. To all yous down the shore today, hope you saw my very nice message to one of New Jersey's famous longtime residents. And then you can see here it says, hey, Dr. Oz, welcome home to New Jersey. Heart John, love John. Wow. So Fetterman has been clobbering Dr. Oz with the carpetbagger argument with you're not even from here. This isn't even your home state. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're just trying to swoop in and win a seat and represent people you don't even know. You don't even know these people. Whereas Fetterman is, Pennsylvania to his core. He is. And so he keeps hammering him on the carpetbag argument. Now, if I was running Fetterman's campaign and Fetterman came to me early on and said, we're going to go with the carpetbag argument, we're going to hit him for not being from Pennsylvania, honestly, I probably would have been like, I don't know, I don't think that's a very strong argument. But watching him now repeatedly clobber Dr. Oz over the head with it and looking at the response, I actually think now it's a phenomenal argument, and I think it lands, and I think it works. It does. Because even people who are more Republican-leaning and Dr. Oz supporting, have to be well, that is kind of true, isn't it? So let's scroll down here, see what else he said. Dr. Oz, Jersey strong. At least can Dr. Oz see Pennsylvania from his sprawling mansion in New Jersey. Jesus Christ. This is his house. This is his house. Now, I think I read somewhere that at one point it was owned by King George or some shit. I don't know. I don't know. But that is astonishing. Now, Fetterman has also made this argument not too long ago. Pro tip, don't film an ad for your Pennsylvania Senate campaign from your mansion in New Jersey. And so you can see the pictures here. This is in People magazine. This is Dr. Oz's mansion in Jersey. And inside the New Jersey mansion, Dr. Oz and his wife, Lisa, built from scratch 20 years ago. Oh, okay. I guess the King George thing was fake news. I don't know where I read that. I don't know why it stuck out to me. If you know where I got that from, post in the comment section. So you scroll down here. He's quote tweeting Dr. Oz, who's recording a campaign video from his mansion in New Jersey. He's showing that, look at the drapes and the bookcases, and you can see the drapes and the bookcases here. Wow. Yeah, he's messing him up, man. He's messing him up. And by the way, Dr. Oz's argument is it's the only argument that Republican politicians ever run with, ever. So he's out there oh yeah? Well, what if I said the words AOC? AOC exists. Bernie Sanders exists. They exist, just so you know. Did you know that, John Fetterman? Did you know you're a Democrat and they're Democrats? And so you're extreme, bro. You're really far left. Did you know that? You're communist and socialist and stuff. That's what I think. That's his whole, that's all he says. He says it over and over and over and over and over. And, hey, Dr. Oz, it ain't working right now, dog. It ain't working. So Fetterman is hitting him hard. Now, by the way, here, you want to know how I know this is working very well? I mean, the polls is the obvious answer, but when you compare how Fetterman is doing versus how Shapiro is doing, Shapiro is the Democrat who's running for governor against the psychopath Mastriano on the Republican side. Fetterman is up on Oz, and I don't think Shapiro's up on Mastriano, or I think it's like close, but I think Mastriano's ahead of Shapiro. So it's like you have one Democrat who's down and the other Democrat, Fetterman, is up. So, I mean, clearly it's landing. Clearly it's landing. So anyway, there you have it, Fetterman. And understand something, man. When we're talking future here, there's no way Fetterman is going to run in 2024 for president. But we're talking future, has potential as a Democrat who could actually win a national election. Hell yeah. To this point, obviously I would like Marianne Williamson in 2024. Beyond that, you start thinking of Fetterman would be nice. Raphael Warnock. I sort of have high hopes for Warnock because also Warnock's from Georgia, right? Traditionally a right-leaning state, and he has not at all gone full Manchin. Not at all. And, if he were to do that, everybody in the media would defend him like, oh, he has to do it. Georgia's a red state. But no, he hasn't. He's gotten elected, and his voting record is solid. So, anyway, now I'm just babbling, but you guys get the gist of it. Fetterman is destroying Dr. Oz. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.